Hello, my name is Katiana Caddy, and this is one of my creative critical reflections for ACE Media Studies. This question says, how does your product use or challenge conventions, and how does it represent social group or issues? My film opener uses multiple conventions in order to establish the tone my group and I wanted to create for the audience. Romance film usually focuses on personal relationships and emotional conflict. So, in order to showcase these ideas, we used a mix of common romance conventions along with filmmaking techniques. One of the important genre conventions we use is personal and intimate settings. Romantic stories often take place in locations like bedrooms and homes because those environments allow the audience to see the characters in an emotional way and create a feeling of closeness between the audience and the characters. In our film opener, we used the houses of my group members Saria Williams and Dylan Forrestal as the main filming locations, but we did not film in the rooms as they were originally. So instead, we altered some of the things in the room so that the spaces could reflect the personalities and emotional states of the characters. We did this by using the film technique known as scene, which is everything placed in front of the camera. By carefully picking these props, we were able to visualize the aspects of each character personality. For Caden's room, we changed the bed sheets and kept the space slightly messy and childish. This creates a more immature space, which reflects parts of Caden's personality. The disorganized environment suggests that he may be emotionally at loss after the breakup. This helps the audience understand his character without even needing dialogue. For Aaliyah, her room was styled with a more unquote girly girl aesthetic. We used softer colors and kept the space cleaner and more organized. This shows the contrast between the characters. It also reflects how each of them is coping with the breakup mentally. Another romance convention we use in our film opener is non diegetic background music. Romantic films commonly use softer emotional music to create a tone for the audience. We added the sounds during editing so that the audience hears it even though the characters won't. In our opener, we use calm and intimate music that plays during multiple scenes. We did that to signal the type of genre to the viewers. When audiences usually hear slow and emotional music, they often associate that with romance. Because of that, the music helps establish the romantic tone from the start of the film. On top of sound and setting, we use editing techniques to share the narrative. Towards the end of the film opener, we use parallel editing. The editing shows both Caden and Aaliyah leaving their houses at the same time to go to the same party. This editing technique indicates to the audience that later on in the film, they will meet each other. By showing the two characters getting ready to go out at the same time, we give the audience anticipation and a hint that the party will be the moment where they meet each other again. This reinforces the idea that the story revolves around the possibility of a second chance at love happening, which is a pretty common theme with romance films. Our film opener challenges some of the conventions also. In many romantic films, the character quickly reunites of their relationship and appear almost perfect. But in our opener, we show Aaliyah trying to move on from Caden. For example, in the film opener, you will see her hesitating to delete a photo of them together. This moment shows emotional conflict and growth. It represents the reality that moving on from a relationship could be difficult and emotional. In the Bomber's case study, it mentions that in some stories, it seems like everyone is happy and that any suggestion that things might be otherwise would just be grouchy. Our film challenges this by acknowledging that relationships are not always perfect and that breakups can involve complicated feelings. Instead of presenting a simple fairy tale romance, our opener focuses more on maturity and personal growth. This makes the story feel more realistic and relatable for our audiences who may have experienced something similar. Our film opener also represents wider social issues like emotional healing and the idea of second chances after a breakup. This story suggests that relationships require effort, communication, and personal development. Both characters seem to be dealing with their emotion in different ways, which reflects how people in real life cope with breakups. By showing these struggles, our film encourages the audience to think about how individuals grow after relationships and how they may reconnect in healthier ways. Thank you.